Hi students, good evening to all of you. Welcome back to new session. In the last session, I have explained about the atomic radius. What is atomic radius? Which factors are affecting the atomic radius values? What are the exceptions are there in atomic radius values? I have given two examples for exceptions. What it is? Compare with atomic radius of van der Waals radius, which is highest among all radius. Which one? Covalent radius. So in periods, generally what will happens in the periods from left to right in the periods, atomic radius values are decreases. In the periods from left to right, atomic radius values are decreases. That's why if you take example second period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. From left to right we expect that atomic radius values are decreases. This is general trend. Atomic radius values are decreases. Due to the reason effective nuclear charge is increases from left to right along the period. From left to right along the period, effective nuclear charge is increases. When the effective nuclear charge is increases, atomic radius is decreases. We expected that which is more atomic size, lithium is having more atomic size. We expect that what is atomic radius gradually decreases from left to right along the period. That's why neon we expect that small atomic radius. But what will happens? Have you look at that once? Fluorine is a non-metal. It is a non-metal. Neon is a noble gas. We know that. We know very well. Noble gas. That's why non-metals are generally exhibit covalent radius. We know that noble gases are exhibiting van der Waals radius. Is it correct or not? It is a van der Waals radius. What it is, compare with covalent radius, which is highest radius will be there. Van der Waals radius is highest among all the radius. That's why compare with the fluorine, which is having more atomic size, neon is having a more atomic size. We expected neon atomic size is decreases, but experimental evidence what is, compare with the fluorine, noble gases are having a highest atomic radius. Due to the reason noble gases are having a which radius? Van der Waals radius. Non-metals like fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, which are the non-metals are having covalent radius. Compare with the covalent radius, van der Waals radius is maximum. That's why noble gases, neon is having more size than that of fluorine. So fluorine, neon, if you take that one, fluorine and neon, we expected in the general trend, neon is having less atomic size. But in the practical evidence, what it is? Practical evidence, experimental evidence, what it is? Compare with the fluorine, neon is having a more atomic radius. That means more size will be there. Fluorine is less size, neon is bigger size. Due to the reason neon is a noble gas. Noble gas is always having a van der Waals radius. So van der Waals radius, which is highest among all the radius. Fluorine is non-metal, that's why it is having a covalent radius. Compare with the covalent radius, van der Waals radius is maximum. This is one of the important exception in the atomic radius values. So why the noble gases are having exceptionally very high atomic radius values? Due to the reason, very simple reason, what it is? They are having noble gases are having van der Waals radius. Which are having van der Waals radius? They are having large atomic size. That's why it is opposite the general trend. And another exception, what is, what I am saying that one another exception, second exception, generally in the groups, top to bottom, what will happens? Generally in groups, have a look at here, in the groups, atomic radius values are increases. Atomic radius values are increases. That's why what will happen here? So boron compare with aluminum is more size. Compare with aluminum, Gallium is having more atomic size compared with gallium. Indium is having more atomic size compared with indium. Thallium is having more atomic size. More atomic size. So, if you take like this, atomic size increasing order in groups, boron compared with aluminum is more, compared with aluminum gallium is more, compared with gallium indium is more, compared with indium thallium is more atomic radius. Atomic size increasing order, this is. Atomic size or atomic radius, whatever it may be, both are same. Atomic size or atomic radius. But what will happen? Experimental evidence. Gallium is having a lesser atomic size than aluminum. Gallium is having a smaller atomic size than that of which one? Gallium is having smaller atomic size than that of aluminum. That's why what happens here? Boron, gallium, aluminum. So gallium is having a smaller atomic radius than that of aluminum. Due to the reason, what it is, what I am saying, that one, gallium 3D subshell is completely filled. When the d subshell is completely filled, generally d is having which nature? D is having more size. D orbital is having diffused nature. D orbital as well as f orbital. So d orbital is diffused nature. Whenever diffused nature will be there, poor shielding effect. It exhibits poor shielding effect. When the poor shielding effect will be present in it, attraction is more. When the attraction is more, attraction when it is more, atomic radius is decreases. That's why gallium atomic radius is decreases. So compare with aluminum, gallium, why it is having smaller atomic size? Due to the reason poor shielding effect. Why it is exhibiting poor shielding effect? Because d subshell is completely filled. When the d subshell is completely filled, what will happen? D orbital is having diffused nature. D orbital or f orbitals both are having more area occupies. That's why the diffused nature is there. When the diffused nature will be there, poor shielding effect will be there. What is poor shielding effect? Inner electrons does not protect the outermost electron. When the inner electrons does not protect the outermost electron, the outermost electron is strongly attracted by the nucleus. So that means the attraction force on the outermost electron is very more. That's why distance decreases. Distance decreases, what happens? Atomic radius decreases. So due to that reason, gallium is having a smaller atomic size than that of aluminum. But if you observe the general trend, what will happen? Compared with aluminum, gallium is more. That is expected. But experimental, what it is? Gallium is having a lesser atomic size than aluminum. Experimental is very, very important. Gallium is having a smaller atomic size than that of aluminum. These are the two important exceptions which are involved in atomic radius values. After third exception, what will be there? D block elements. D block elements is also called as transition elements. Which are transition elements? S block elements, P block elements. In between, what will be there? That is called D block elements or transition elements. I had already narrated in the periodic classification. Now we are going to discuss about periodic properties. Generally, transition elements are having 4 series: 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, 6D series. Now have a look at that. 3D series. 3D series means what, Nana? 3D series elements means what is? Scandium atomic number 21 to zinc atomic number 30. These 10 elements are called which one? 3D series elements. Generally, this is the period. Am I correct or not? Scandium to zinc is the period. In this period, what will happen? Generally, in the period, general trend, what it is? From left to right along the period, effective nuclear charge is increases. That's why radius is decreases. So according to that reason, scandium is having more atomic radius. From left to right along the periods, effective nuclear charge is increases, radius is decreases. Which is having less atomic radius? Zinc we expected. But it is exceptional case. That means some more reason is involved in this period. Which one? 3D series. What that reason? Which reason is involved here? I will explain now. Okay. In transition series, that means D block elements, radius decreases gradually in initial part, where it is in transitional series, especially in the 3D series from scandium to zinc. Radius, atomic radius decreases gradually initial part. What will happen? Radius decreases gradually in initial part. Initial part radius is decreases. Due to the reason we know that effective nuclear charge is increases. That's why atomic radius is decreases. This is general trend. But it becomes constant in middle part. In middle part, what will happen? Radius becomes constant. Here changes. Radius becomes constant in the middle part, and at the last part even increases. That means after that what will happen? Radius is increases. So in the 3D series, have a look at that. What will happen here? Initial part radius is decreases, distance decreases. After that what will happen? In the middle part radius is constant. After that, at last part, what will happen? Radius is increases. This is not a regular trend. It is irregular behavior of atomic radius values which have shown in the 3D series. Why it will be occurs like this? What is the reason? I will explain now. I hope that you are very clear here. So in the 3D series or transition series, radius decreases gradually in initial part, then it becomes constant in the middle part, and at the last radius is even increases. That's why scandium atomic number 21 to manganese atomic number 25, it follows the general trend. What is the general trend? Effective nuclear charges increases from scandium to manganese. Scandium atomic number 21, titanium atomic number 22, vanadium atomic number 23, chromium atomic number 24, manganese atomic number 25. That means atomic number, Z value is increases, number of protons present inside the nucleus is increases. When the number of protons is increases inside the nucleus, attraction on the outermost electron is increases. When the attraction on the outermost electron is increases, the atomic size is decreases. That means atomic radius is decreases. This is general trend. These general trends which can observed in from scandium to manganese initial part. So initial part what will happen? Radius decreases due to the reason effective nuclear charge increases, radius decreases. But in the middle part of the 3D series what happens? Iron, cobalt, nickel. Here radius is constant. What will happen, Nana? Radius is almost constant. Why it is constant? I will explain later. Copper and zinc, what will happen? Radius is increases. Why it is increases? Now I am going to give an explanation here. First, initial part. First I will take what is. Each one I will give brief explanation. Initial part I will take that. So from left to right along the period, from scandium to like zinc, if you go in the periods, what will happen? Scandium is d block element, titanium is d block element, up to zinc all these are d block element. That means the last electron enters into which subshell? 3D subshell. So 3D1, 3D2. That means the electron enters into penultimate shell. Here maximum value of n is 4. That's why that is valence shell. N is equal to 4. That is valence shell. Penultimate shell means n minus 1. So 4 minus 1 means how much? 3 is the penultimate shell. So electron enters into 3D1, 3D2, 3D3. That means penultimate shell of the d subshell. That means here electrons are increases. 3D1, one electron will be there. 3D2, second electron will be there in the penultimate shell. 3D3, third electron will be there in the penultimate shell. In that region, what will happen? The outermost electron is strongly attracted by the nucleus. Due to the reason effective nuclear charge is increases. Scandium to titanium. Scandium atomic number 21, titanium atomic number 22. So one proton increases. Titanium 22 to vanadium 23, another proton increases. So whenever protons increases, effective nuclear charge is increases, radius is decreases. Of course here repulsive forces are there because 3D1, 3D2, 3D3 these are the inner electrons. So inner electrons, outermost electrons, in between repulsive forces is existed. But Here attraction force is more dominated than repulsive forces. In the initial part, what will happen? Compare with repulsive forces, attraction forces are more. When the attraction forces are more, effective nuclear charge is more. When the effective nuclear charge is more, atomic radius is decreases. That's why this trend which will occurs in from scandium to up to manganese, effective nuclear charge is increases, radius is decreases. But don't forget that one, here inner electrons are there, they will create a repulsion on the outermost electron. But compare with repulsive forces, attractive forces are predominated. That's why we should consider only attractive forces in the initial part. So effective nuclear charge is more. When the attraction forces are very more, effective nuclear charge is more. So effective nuclear charge, when it is more, attraction is more. When the attraction is more, radius is decreases in the initial part. But in the middle part, what will happens? In the middle part, inner electrons are increases. Iron, cobalt, nickel, if you take that one, inner electrons, what will happen? Increases gradually. When the inner electrons increases gradually, inner electrons or screening electrons or shielding electrons will exert a repulsion on outermost electron. Inner electrons will exert more repulsion on outermost electron. So when the repulsion is increases, then what happens means, in this case, attraction force is equals to repulsive force. That means here attraction forces and repulsive forces both will be balancing with each other. In the case of iron, cobalt, nickel. That's why distance neither decreases nor increases, due to the reason attraction forces is balanced by repulsive forces. When the distance neither increases nor decreases means atomic radius is, what happens, Nana? Constant. What will happen? Atomic radius is constant. So if you take initially, what happens? Atomic radius decreases slowly from left to right along the period. What is the reason I am saying? Compare with repulsive forces, attraction force is more predominated, more dominated. That's why effective nuclear charge is increases. Effective nuclear charge is increases, radius is decreases. But in the case of middle part, what happens? In the middle part, attraction forces and repulsive forces both are balancing with each other. When the attraction forces are more, distance is increases. When repulsion forces are more, when the attraction forces are there, what will happen? Distance decreases. That means atomic radius decreases. When the repulsive forces are there, inner electrons and outermost electron, radius is increases. But what I am saying, that one, here attraction forces and repulsive forces both are equal. That means how can we understand this? Attraction forces, when it is balanced with repulsive forces, radius, distance is constant. That means radius is almost constant. So that's why in the case of iron, cobalt, nickel, atomic radius values are constant. Due to the reason what, Nana? Repulsive forces almost balances the increased attraction forces. Attraction force equal to repulsive force. That's why radius neither increases nor decreases. That means how can we understand? Radius is constant, which is observed in the middle part of the 3D series. In the last part, have a look at that. D subshell is completely filled in the case of copper and zinc. When the D subshell is completely filled, generally d orbital is having which nature, Nana? D orbital is having a diffusion nature. D orbital is having diffusion nature. I had already explained in the shielding effect what is diffusion nature. More size will be there like d and f orbital. When the diffusion nature will be there, it exhibits poor shielding effect or poor shielding effect. Poor shielding effect. Poor shielding effect. This is also called screening effect. Poor screening effect. What is the poor screening effect? Inner electrons does not protect the outermost electron. Is it correct or not? So what will happen here? when n minus 1 d electrons are very high, so repulsive becomes, sorry, have a look at that one here. When n minus 1 d electrons are very high, because here d subshell is completely filled, here d subshell is very completed. D subshell here also completed in the copper, zinc also d is completely filled, because copper atomic number 29, what is the electronic configuration? Argon 4s1 3d10, zinc is argon 4s2 3d10. That means 3d subshells are completely filled. 3d means what is? Penultimate shell of the d subshell is completely filled with electron. So when the electrons are more, repulsive forces are more. So that means compare with attraction forces, which is more dominated? Repulsive forces are more dominated. When the repulsive forces are more, which is more? Shielding effect is more. Which is more? Shielding effect is more. Shielding effect is more. That means protects the outermost electron against the nuclear force of attractions. That means inner electrons and outermost electrons in between, repulsive forces are develops. When the repulsive forces are develops, then what will happen? Repulsive forces increases. When the repulsive forces increases, what will happen? Distance is increases. When the distance is increases, atomic radius is, or atomic size is increases. So in the third case, in the last case, in the case of nickel, copper, zinc, atomic size, what will happen, Nana? Atomic size is increases. Atomic size is increases due to the reason what is here. Compare with attractive forces, repulsive force is more dominant, because d subshell is completely filled. Initial I have taken d 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron, but when you will come to the nickel, copper, zinc, what will happens? D electrons are increases in the inner shell. So whenever inner electrons or screening electrons are increases, inner electrons and outermost electron in between, what will be there? Repulsive forces are develops. When the repulsive forces are more predominated than that of attraction forces, shielding effect is increases. When the shielding effect is increases, shielding effect means repulsive forces between the inner electrons and outermost electron, distance is increases. When the distance increases, atomic radius is increases. That's why irregular trend we have observed in the 3D series. So in the 3D series, have you look at that, what will happen? Have you look at that one? Initially what will happen? Scandium to up to manganese, what will happen, Nana? Atomic radius is decreases. Scandium to manganese, scandium is more atomic size, manganese having less atomic size. Up to this one, from scandium to manganese, it follows general trend. What is the general trend? In periods from left to right along the period, effective nuclear charge is increases, that's why radius is decreases. This is general trend. But where the problem is arises, in the middle part after the manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, they are having almost similar atomic radius. Due to the reason here, repulsive forces and attraction forces are balancing with each other. That's why atomic radius neither increases nor decreases. So atomic radius is constant in the case of iron, cobalt, nickel. But initial from scandium to manganese, what happens? Attraction force is more predominated than repulsive forces. Repulsive forces in the first case, initial part. The middle part, atomic radius is equals to, that means attraction force is equal to repulsive force. That's why radius is constant. Radius is almost constant in the middle part. In the middle part of iron, cobalt, nickel, because attraction force and repulsive force both will be balanced with each other. After that, in the third part, that means last part, what will happen in the last part? Nickel, copper, zinc, because iron, cobalt, nickel is over. That's why nickel, copper, zinc, from here copper to zinc, atomic radius is increases, atomic size is increases. Due to the reason, compare with repulsive force, which is more dominated, compare with attraction force, which is more dominated. Repulsive force is more dominated because d subshell is completely filled. When the d subshell is completely filled, inner electrons are more. Inner electrons means what, Anna? Screening electrons are more. Whenever screening electrons increases, shielding effect is increases. What is shielding effect? Inner electrons protects the outermost electron against the nuclear force of attractions. That phenomena is called shielding effect. Whenever inner electrons in the d subshell is increases, inner electrons and outermost electrons in between, what happens? Repulsive forces are more. Are increases, distance is increases. When the distance is increases, obviously atomic radius is increases. That's why from nickel, copper, zinc, atomic radius gradually increases. This is the important exceptions which are present in 3D series. Have you look at the graph which can be plot from which one to which one? Atomic number Z and atomic radius R. Atomic radius means these are the metals. So metals are always exhibiting what is metallic radius. Non-metals are having covalent radius. If you take noble gases, van der Waals radius. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, all are metals. So metals generally exhibiting metallic radius. That's why here we plot the graph between atomic number Z and metallic radius R. What will happen? Graph, have you look at that? Initially from scandium to manganese, from scandium to manganese, radius is decreases due to the reason effective nuclear charge is more. Why the effective nuclear charge is more here? Compare with repulsive forces, attraction force is more. If you come in the middle part, iron, cobalt, nickel, radius is almost constant. Almost it's a straight line. Radius, why it is constant? Here in the middle part, we know that attraction forces is equals to repulsive forces. In the last part, what is the last part? Nickel, copper, zinc. What will happen? Atomic radius values are increases due to the reason what is? Why the atomic radius is increases here? Nickel, copper, zinc. What is the reason, Anna? Yes. Compare with attraction forces, which is more? Repulsive forces are more predominated than that of attraction forces. Why the repulsive forces are more? Because 3D subshell is completely filled in the case of copper and zinc. When the 3D subshell is completely filled, so inner electrons are more, screening electrons are more. When the screening electrons are more in the penultimate shell, the inner electrons and outermost electrons between, repulsive forces are more. So that's why what will happen? Distance increases. When the distance increases, atomic radius is increases in the case of copper and zinc. I hope that you are very clear in this concept. First one is compare with repulsive forces, attraction forces are more. Compare with repulsive forces, attraction force is more. Compare with repulsive forces, attraction force is more. That's why it shows general trend from scandium to manganese, radius is decreases. In the middle part, what will happen? Attraction force is balanced by repulsive force. That's why radius is constant. In the case of iron, cobalt, nickel, almost similar atomic radii. In the last part, copper, nickel, copper, zinc, atomic radius gradually increases due to the reason compare with attractive forces, repulsive forces are more. Why the repulsive forces more means here shielding effect is more. Okay, Nana? Okay. I will rub this. Generally, in the periods, what I am saying that one, from left to right, atomic radius values are decreases. From left to right, along the period, atomic radius values are decreases. I am saying about 3D series. Next one, what will be there? 4D and 5D series. Generally, if you take group number 4, so or group number 3, you should take that one. In group number 3, what will be there? Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum. This is the group. Generally in groups, from top to bottom in the groups, atomic radius values are increases. That's why in group number 3, what happens on here? Atomic radius is increases. Generally scandium is which series? 3D series. Yttrium is which series? 4D series. Lanthanum is which series? 5D series. So 3D series, because from top to bottom atomic radius is increases. Why it is increases? Orbit number is increases. This is third orbit, this is fourth orbit, yttrium is fourth orbit, lanthanum is fifth orbit. So orbit number is increases 3 4 5. Orbit number increases, atomic radius is increases. So in the group number 3, scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, orbit number increases, atomic radius is increases. It follows the general trend. Orbit number increases, atomic radius is increases. But group number 4, if you take that one, which one? Group number 4. Group number 4, if you take that, in the group number 4, what happens? Titanium, zirconium, hafnium. Titanium, zirconium, hafnium. Generally in this case, this is atomic number 22, zirconium atomic number 40, this atomic number is 72. This is which element? 3D series element titanium. Zirconium is 4D series element. Hafnium is, we know that hafnium is HF. HF is what it is? Hafnium. Hafnium is 5D series element. What we are expecting that from groups from top to bottom, titanium, zirconium, hafnium, orbit number is increases. That's why top to bottom along the group atomic radius is increases. So compare with 3D, 4D is having more atomic radius. Compare with 4D, 5D is having more atomic radius. Is it correct or not? Like scandium, yttrium, lanthanum. But in the group number 4, what happens? Compare with 3D, 4D is having more atomic radius. But in group number 4, 4D and 5D is having similar atomic radius. That means compare with 3D, 4D is having more atomic radius, but we expected that orbit number is increases. 4D to 5D means orbit number increases, so atomic radius is increases. This is theoretical, but experimental evidence what it is? 4D and 5D, these two are having similar atomic radius. So generally general trend what it is? Compare with 3D, 4D is having more atomic radius. Compare with 4D, 5D is having more atomic radius. But experimental evidence what is? Compare with 3D, 4D is having more atomic radius. It is okay. But 4D and 5D, have you look at that, both are having similar atomic radius. That means compare with titanium, it is a 3D series. So compare with 3D series, zirconium 4D series having more atomic radius. We expected that compare with zirconium, hafnium is having more atomic radius. Due to the reason orbit number increases, atomic radius is increases. But experimental evidence what it is? Zirconium and hafnium both are having similar atomic radius. That means 4D and 5D series of D block elements are almost similar atomic radius due to the reason what it is? Lanthanide contraction. Due to the reason what it is? Lanthanide contraction. Contraction means decreases. Lanthanide expansion means increases. You know that. Contraction means decreases. So atomic radius we expected that increases for 5D. But what happens? 5D atomic radius is decreases. How much decreases atomic radius of 5D? It is almost equal to the atomic radius of 4D. That's why 4D and 5D. Zirconium is 4D. Hafnium is 5D. 4D series and 5D series elements are almost having similar atomic radius due to the reason what is? Lanthanide contraction. This is also another exception in atomic radius values. We had already completed regarding to 3D series. Why it will show exceptional cases. In the initial part what will happens, middle part what happens, in the last part what happens. Now I am going to give a lecture about 4D 5D series, why they are having atomic radius almost similar due to the reason lanthanide contraction. So very important topic, I will explain that reason. Radius of 4D series is similar to the radius of 5D series. 4D series, 5D series, radius is almost similar. Radius is almost similar. This is called what, Nana? Lanthanide contraction. Because lanthanum after hafnium will be there. Lanthanum atomic number 57. hafnium is 72. So lanthanum after this contraction is occurs, that's why this is called lanthanide contraction. Okay, I had already told you this is group number 4. This lanthanide contraction which can observed in group number 4 too, like titanium, zirconium, hafnium 2 up to group number 11. What will be there? Copper, silver, gold. So in between group number 4 to group number 11, in between from top to bottom, what will happen? Lanthanide contraction is occurs. I hope that you are very clear. This lanthanide contraction is where have you seen that one? From group number 4, titanium, zirconium, hafnium, from top to bottom. Compare with 3D series, 4D series is more atomic radius, but 4D and 5D series both are having similar atomic radius due to the lanthanide contraction. This contraction we can observe in from group number 4 to group number 11. Group number 4 to group number 11. Have you catch my point, students? So titanium atomic number 22, zirconium atomic number 40, hafnium atomic number 72. This is 3D series, 4D, 5D. I had already told you, compare with 3D series, 4D series having more atomic radius, but we expected that compare with 4D, 5D is having more atomic radius, but 4D, 5D series elements are having similar atomic radius due to the reason lanthanide contraction. This contraction, where have you seen that one? From group number 4 in the D block elements or transition elements up to from group number 4 to up to group number 11. So first reason why it is almost having similar atomic radius. Lanthanum atomic radius how much, Nana? 57. After that what will be there? 72 will be there, that is hafnium. Am I correct or not? Hafnium atomic number how much? 72. Up to mercury atomic number 10. Total how many elements are there? 10 elements are there. Lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, wolframite, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, aurum, mercury. This is which series? 5D series elements. Lanthanum atomic number 57 and hafnium atomic number 72. In between how many elements are missing? 14 elements are missing. These 14 elements are called lanthanides. Lanthanides. These 14 elements are called lanthanides. Lanthanides generally the steady decrease in size. The steady decrease in size of lanthanides. The steady decrease in size of lanthanides is called lanthanide contraction. According to definition, how to tell that one? What is lanthanide contraction? The steady decrease in the size of lanthanides is called lanthanide contraction. Generally, if you take lanthanides, lanthanum after some elements are missing, those are called lanthanides. It is also called 4F series elements or rare earth elements. Which one lanthanides means? Cerium atomic number 58 Cerium atomic number 58 lutetium atomic number 71. These 14 elements, cerium atomic number 58 lutetium atomic number 71, these 14 elements are called lanthanides. Cerium means the differentiating electron enters into which subshell? F subshell. That's why that is F block element. Cerium to lutetium, all these 14 elements are F block elements. That's why those elements will be kept in the bottom of the periodic table. Those elements kept where it is located, those elements are those elements which can be located at bottom of the periodic table due to the reason the differentiating electron, last electron enters into F orbital. Cerium atomic number 58, the last electron enters into 4F orbital, 4F1. Cerium after praseodymium 4F2, neodymium 4F3 up to lutetium 71. F subshell is completely filled. F14 will be there. Lutetium atomic number how much, Nana? 71. So cerium to lutetium. In the cerium, F subshell is filled with 1 electron. In the lutetium, F subshell is filled with 14 electrons. When the lutetium atomic number 17, F subshell is completely filled. Hafnium, have you look at that? Atomic number 72. atomic number 72 means 4f subshell is already completely filled. That's why electron enters into 5d subshells, 5d2. That's why I have written here 4f14, because 71 atomic number lutetium is already filled in 4f14. So 72 is the hafnium. That's why the next electron enters into 5d series. That's why this is 5d series element. So generally I am saying what is f orbital and d orbitals are having a bigger in size. Those orbitals are bigger in size. So when the bigger in size, what happens, Nana? It will gives poor shielding effect. When the poor shielding effect, inner electrons does not protect the outermost electron. Inner electrons whenever does not protect the outermost electron is strongly attracted by the nucleus. That's why atomic radius, what happens? Decreases. So we expected atomic radius is increases, but atomic radius is decreases due to the reason what is 4f orbital is completely filled, due to the f orbital is having poor shielding effect. When the poor shielding effect will be there, atomic radius is what happens, Nana? Decreases. I had already give a brief information in the case of aluminum and gallium. Why the gallium is having smaller size than aluminum? Gallium is exhibiting poor shielding effect, because in the gallium 3d subshell is completely filled. D subshell is generally having diffuse in nature. So when the diffuse in nature will be there, D is having more size, area is more. So when the area is more, poor shielding effect will be there. When the poor shielding effect will be there, inner electrons does not protect the outermost electron. That's why outermost electron is strongly attracted by the nucleus. So size is decreases. In the same reason we can apply it here in the case of which one? Hafnium. Why the hafnium atomic radius is decreases? In the hafnium, due to the lanthanide contraction. In the lanthanide contraction, what happened means 4f orbital is completely filled. So f orbital generally is having diffuse nature. When the diffuse nature will be there, it exhibiting poor shielding effect. When the poor shielding effect will be there, radius is decreases. So we expected more size, increases, expansion we expected, but what will happen? Contraction takes place. Contraction means size is decreases. So lanthanum, after the steady decreases the size of lanthanides and hafnium, this is called lanthanide contraction. The definition of lanthanide contraction, the steady decrease in the size of lanthanides is called lanthanide contraction. So lutetium atomic number 71, f orbital is completely filled. Hafnium atomic number 72, that's why the next electron enters into 5d subshell. So 4f subshell is completely filled in the case of hafnium. F orbital is having diffuse nature, so poor shielding effect exhibits. When the poor shielding effect exhibits, attraction is more. When the attraction is more, radius is decreases. So this radius, hafnium radius, is almost equal to the radius of zirconium. This is the reason why the 4d series and 5d series elements are having almost similar atomic radii, due to the reason lanthanide contraction. Okay, so generally we know that hafnium, if you take that one, atomic number 72. So 71 means lutetium. Lutetium in the 4f orbital is completely filled. So 71, whenever 4f orbital is completely filled, the next electron enters into 5d subshell. So hafnium, if you take that one, xenon electronic configuration 4f14, 5d2, 6s2. Here observe that 4f14, 4f14, if you take that, this is. So 4f14 is already filled. Generally we know that size, area, compare with s orbital, p orbital is having more size. Compare with p, d is having more size. Compare with d, f orbital is having more size. So due to the 4f orbitals, what happens, Nana? Yes, your speculation is correct. In the 4f orbital, generally f orbital is having which nature? Diffused nature. When the f orbital is having diffused nature, it exhibiting poor shielding effect. What is poor shielding effect? Inner electrons does not protect the outermost electrons. Whenever inner electrons does not protect the outermost electron, what happens? Outermost electron is strongly attracted by the nucleus. That means attraction on the outermost electron is increases. When the attraction increases, atomic radius is decreases. The steady decrease in the size, the steady decreasing in the atomic size in lanthanides, that is called lanthanide contraction. Hafnium is the lanthanum after element. That's why we expected more size, but what will happen? Contraction takes place, the size is decreases. So this is called lanthanide contraction. Have you understood? I hope that you are very clear here. So that's why titanium, zirconium, hafnium, from top to bottom, compare with 3D series. 4D series is more radius. Compare with 4D, 5D is more atomic radius. Along the group, orbit number is increases, that's why atomic radius is increases. But in the case of 4D and 5D, both are having similar, almost similar atomic radius. Due to that reason, 3D series is titanium, zirconium is 4D, hafnium is 5D. So compare with titanium, zirconium is having more atomic radius, but compare with zirconium and hafnium, both are having similar atomic radius. Due to the reason, what on lanthanide contraction. Due to the reason, lanthanide contraction. Of course, another reason will be there why the zirconium and hafnium is having a similar atomic radius. Why the zirconium and hafnium is similar atomic radius? This is another reason. Titanium atomic number 22, zirconium atomic number 40. So 22, 40, this is atomic number 22 is titanium, zirconium atomic number 40. How many protons, how many units of protons increases? Plus 18 units of protons are increases. Generally plus 18 units are increases. But zirconium to hafnium, how many units are increases? 32 units are increases. What is? Nuclear charge is increases by how much? 32 units. So when the nuclear charge is increases 32 units, that's why attraction on the outermost electron is more. When the attraction on the outermost electron is more, that's why radius is decreases. Generally plus 18, 32 means almost double. 18 means double means 36. This is 32 means almost double. For your sake, you will imagine like that. For 18, this is 32 means how much difference will be there? Almost double will be there. When the double number of protons increases inside the nucleus, protons means positive charge is increases, the net attraction on the outermost electron is increases. When the attraction increases, radius is decreases. That's why the atomic radius is more atomic radius is decreases due to the reason plus 32 units positive charges protons are increases. That's why this atomic radius 5D series elements atomic radius almost similar to the atomic radius of 4D series. This is also one of the reason. So lanthanide contraction, that is also one of the perfect reason to explain the why the zirconium and hafnium or 4D and 5D series are having a similar atomic radius. Of course, in some books has mentioned this reason also. Plus 32 units nuclear charges increases on the outermost electron, that's why atomic radius is so much decreases. So from 4D to 5D series, nuclear charges increases by 32 units, so atomic radius is decreases. That's why zirconium and hafnium both are having similar atomic radius. This trend we can observe in group number 4 to like titanium, zirconium, hafnium 2 up to group number 11 copper, silver, gold. This lanthanide contraction or this case, second case. Students, today our session is over. In the next session, I will have to explain the another periodic property. What it is? Ionization potential. It is also called ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. I hope that you are very clear in the concepts of what is atomic radius and what are the factors influencing on atomic radius and which type of exceptions are involved in the atomic radius values in the case of noble gases, in the case of aluminum and gallium why it is having lesser size, and in the case of 3D, 4D, 5D series, and what is lanthanide contraction. In the next session we will meet you again. Thank you very much for bearing me. Good day. See you. Bye.